also a DJ that plays the music and has expanded ever since. Now we've kind of lost him to sunnier climes, but he's here in the studio with us this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise if you can, even if you're in your kitchen, make some noise for the one and only Dave VJ.
Hey!
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
I am good. I was so shocked. I didn't realise that you was here, right? Because when we're talking, we just go in on the music. We don't really...
Yeah, we just talk about music. Now, just for context, myself and Dave and another DJ all have a little tiny group and we talk to each other.
They're talking about
you.
You know, old farts, and they're talking about technical equipment.
We're talking about you.
And the drum machine is better than this one. And
no, I'm not one of those people. From I got Serato, I sold my records. I don't have no vinyl. I don't own any.
No, that's interesting. Now, you sold your records.
Yeah. Listen, I had about 40,000, right?
I can imagine.
And they were buckling my ceiling, you know. I had them in, let me see, I think I've had them in 6 different places in my house.
Yeah, they take up a lot of room.
They take up a lot of room.
Yeah. They do.
And then you can't just export vinyl, all CDs for that matter, to sunnier climates because you have to look out for termites, you have to look out for warping, you have to have
warping is a major issue.
When you look at Jonathan, aka Spoonie, right, what he does, right, he goes into his room. You've seen his posting. So on IG, he has this thing where he plays the tune, he gives you the background for the tune, obviously before his UKG days. Yeah. But he's in a room, it's just like Trevor.
Yeah, right? Trevor and him have got a similar setup.
Yeah, but that's because they got that. Him and Trevor got same kind of money.
They got the space. They can dedicate a room to just their vinyls.
They got BBC money.
Yeah, the air-conditioned room with anti-termite proof.
but shout out to that homie Spoonie because he's a fellow Antiguan.
Big up Spoonie. Big up Jonathan.
Yeah. Right. What we're going to do is we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to go straight back
and find out what he's been up to.
And find out what he's been up to and what he's doing next. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jam Sessions on Westside.
We got the rap show. We wasn't really supposed to have the rap show, but we knew everybody. Yeah. So, you know, we was hanging out with Houdini, Mike Tyson, all these different people when we used to go Gulliver's. Yeah. Right? It's because we knew Flash. We used to know Flash, all these different people. Yeah. So there's like, look, we need a rap show. Can you do it for now? And I was thinking, Gordon goes, well, it's that or nothing. So we'll take it. we'll take that for now. And then Westwood was supposed to join, but he said, how can I come and do... How can I hold my head up if Max and Dave are coming and doing a hardcore show after I'm doing drive time? Because he was supposed to be drive time. Right. So he didn't come and they opened it up for the rest of us to do, to apply for daytime. And I really badly wanted to do it. But I didn't because I thought I'd upset Max. Years later, come to find out, Max said it would have helped us if you'd have done it. But but there's parts of Max that's just, in my opinion, my opinion, he was a paranoid. Okay. Right, because of what I was talking about with my staff. Yes. Yeah. Right. So I said, okay, do you know what? I'll just do what I need to do. Now, at them points, I never had the self-awareness that I have now because people get to do what they want to do if they want to do it. But my choice of how I move with myself is how I move. So along comes Paul Pink, right? Because Paul Pink was at Capital, and then he came to Kiss, and he went to Choice because Choice got bought by Capital. Paul said, I think there might be a bit of a space for you. And not sure yet, but take the overnights, learn the desk. You know what I mean? And so I said, okay. So I did, and within 6 weeks I was doing daytime. I actually filled in for Jigs, I think.
Okay.
Shouts to Jigs.
Jigs.
I was doing a gig with him last night, actually, and Mastermind. So shout out to Lewis as well.
His name dropping a lot.
I love it.
I just know one
I'm just going deaf from all the clangs I'm hearing.
I just know 1 and 2 people, you know. So Paul says, do the lower level stuff and, you know, learn the desk, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, and eventually had to make a decision to get in there full time. And I thought, should I call Max? And then I had to think back to a situation we had that he did something that he doesn't know that I did. Right. But personally, I thought it was disrespectful. So I just like, do you know what, Dave? You're going to have to get yourself another MC, get a DJ partner, whatever, and just learn how to do it yourself. So most of the time when I DJ by myself. I can mimic an MC, but I'm not an MC. Yeah. I'm a DJ. All right. So I got to that level where we did competitions. I knew I wasn't going to be Jazzy Jeff, but I know I'm better than your average DJ that I'm playing with. Right. So that works for me. So I'm lucky now that I'm now on My Soul. Yep. I'm on UK 246, which is in Barbados. And I also do WTP Radio in Antigua, 93.5, 93.7 FM, and WTPAntigua.com, which is I'm on every day from 11 until 1. And I was doing that for 2 years as a show, like just daily, Monday to Friday. And then the manageress, she left, and I put myself forward, and the owner said, "Oh, yeah, let's do it.
You do it. You look after everybody."
So I'm now the manager.
So you're basically king of the island. Technically,
no.
After the Prime Minister,
Let's stop right there.
The most powerful man on the island is Dave.
No, let's stop right there. Shout out to all my people at WTP in Antigua. Yeah,
there you go. Let's go all the way back for just a short while. All right. How did you get into that new sound that was previously known here as electro, and it kind of morphed into hip hop? I mean, what was that like for you? How did you get into it, and how did you achieve success in a short period of time?
So I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go right to the end and blow up the spot, and then I'll come back and fill it in.
Cool. Right, yeah.
So Mastermind, as you know it, I think it was only 2 or 3 years we lasted. But we dominated Carnival because Mastermind were originally a reggae sound called Conqueror, right? I came in just as they switched. So all the reggae boys went off and did, I don't know, whatever. But Mastermind, what they did was they used the same kind of sound, but nobody else was playing soul music with a reggae sound. That's what it was. At them points there, I'm still going to listen to Cox and Metro because I actually come from Grove. So I come from St. Luke's Road. Okay? I used to go to Colville Junior School, I used to go to St. Stephen's, and I would have gone to Isaac Newton had I not moved.
So you was from the ends?
Yes, I was definitely a Grove boy. Yeah, so Metro was my spot, and that's where I used to go all the time. Moved forward, I got a job at Lightning Records, and it was just a horrible situation when I think back, because I had the most powerful job in Europe because I was the buyer for 12 inches. So if you wanted to if you want to bring your record in for me to sell, you had to bring your record to me. The major labels didn't have, the major labels, they didn't have that problem. But the smaller ones, everybody had to bring their records to me.
Right.
And from there, I met Herbie, because he was like, so Herbie was the head person. They had more than one gig, and they needed people to do the different places that we had. So he pulled me in, and at that point I wasn't really a DJ. I was just somebody who knew music. Then in the 80s, my grandma died, and my dad says to me, "Do you want to come to Newark, New Jersey to bury Granny?" And all I'm thinking is, boy, I can go and buy a rhythm. Yes.
not Granny.
No, just an ulterior motive.
Granny dead and gone. She's not coming back, all right?
Granny dead already.
Yeah, as they say in Antigua, dead she done dead. You know what I mean? so
move forward.
Very final. It's wrapped up nicely.
So, I got off the plane with my little Walkman, as it was in those days. My very first record I heard was...
Did you have a Casio Walkman?
Yes, I did. And my very first record...
You had P's back then? Everyone else had Sanyo.
My very first record was Ramona Brooks, I Don't Want You Back. That was the very first record I heard when I got off the plane.
Right.
Get to my aunt's house, my dad's sister, who's very, very religious. So I'm sleeping in her room, and she listens to gospel all the time. When she leaves the room, right, at night time, I'm putting it onto this station called Kiss, because I knew about Kiss from here. And the tapes. And at that point, never heard any mixing in my life. And some geezer was on, it was Saturday night, and he was playing in the mix. I didn't know what the mix was. What I knew was I heard records non-stop. And it made sense.
Without a pause.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what he's doing, but I need to learn how to do that. And at that point, I didn't know how I was going to learn. The person that actually taught us how to slip cue was Max, because he just thought it out, because we thought we'd discovered water, right, when he did it. But when we went to the New Music Seminar, it's like everybody, listen, we got murdered by Farley Jack Master Funk and his crew. They were called the Hot Mix 5.
Right.
Tore us apart. But it was a great experience. Went to the Roxy, hung out with Madonna, Houdini, Grandmaster Flash, Bam. Went to see Trouble Funk. Who else did I see? God, it was incredible. I hung out with didn't hang out with them. I went in the DJ booth with Larry Levan.
Right.
Yeah. Just all of that.
This sounds like a scene from Crush Groove.
It was. Yeah. It was, but it was my real life. Yeah. So fast forward, we come back, and I drop a mix. I copied a mix that I had heard somebody do. So it was 2 records. I didn't even know how to put them together.
Yeah.
I just waited until they came together in the headphones, turned the volume up, and all of a sudden I was the man.
Yeah.
So anyway, fast forward again. Can't remember, maybe. So that was what we used to do beach sportswear parties. So somewhere in Houston, that was. From there, probably, I don't know, a year later or something, some dude called Paul Oakenfeld approaches us. So if you don't know, Okie is a hip-hop head, okay?
Originally, mate.
Yeah, so he used to work for Russell, right? Russell Simmons. So Paul was in Boston, discovered hip-hop, came back and was looking for a crew to deal with, because he had started to make moves with different people. So he had ran a record pool, so he'd come and give us the records and we'd get into all of that. And one thing led to another. He knew Wiz, got WizKid over, and we listened to a tape of WizKid. And I was like, rah, this brother's murdering it on 6 turntables. No. We watched him, and I thought I needed an ambulance when I watched him because the brother was there live with 2 turntables, and he was just quick. Now remember, Serato, now you can just bap. You can, instant cue.
Press a button and get everything ready.
None of that. Yeah. And as mixing has gone on, so beat juggling, etc. Right? People put tape on different things. There was none of that. You could just see, put it on, and he was like, you could see like the grooves,
He knew the grooves.
In with it. But the thing that Alistair, God rest his soul, because he's passed away now, what he did to change the way people cut was he gave it rhythm. Flash was just jigga. And then, but if you remember Play That Beat, there was a whole load of rhythmic scratching in there, and that kind of changed everything. And then, of course, now you've got beat juggling, etc., etc. What I didn't like about hip hop was I didn't like the rapping. I liked the DJing.
Right.
So I like the DJing. Yeah. So the whole turntablism thing, that was for me. Them times there, I knew that I could take any record and turn it into a break. But on that same trip, when we went to New York, let me back it up for a second. What happened was we walked into the Roxy, which was run by then, I think, Lady Blue. Right? We've walked in because Paul has hooked us up to go to everything. And as we've walked in, I hear Africa Islam saying, listen, I'm fed up of playing this record because it's the last time I'm playing it. And he's playing Rocket. We just came to England the day before.
Yeah.
And he took it off. He played it, took it off the turntable and threw it into the crowd. But the next thing that happened was when I realised this is for me. He played David Bowie Let's Dance. And when it got to the break, he tore the out of it. Absolutely. I was like, that's me.
Just cut it up.
Cut it up. Murdered it.
Because there's a big break in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If you don't know, there's a big break in there.
On the 12-inch version.
On the 12-inch version,
Yeah, and I was like, that's for me. So it was the DJ techniques that really got me, not the rapping. What got me into the rapping was Derek B, Sunday night at Bentley's.
Right.
And my man, he would always play the new records as you walk in. Yeah. Now, as we're walking in, he's playing, a whole bunch of records, English and American. And he puts this record and it goes, now clap your hands to what he's doing. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's James Brown beat. Then eventually I hear the bass line for one of my favourite records over like a fat rap, but it's replayed. And them times that you don't even know it's replayed, I just know that's the bass line. I think, did they put it on the slate down? Then I came in the door, I said it before, and I'm like, this brother sounds like reggae, but not. Because reggae, when you listen to U-Roy, Iro, Prince Jazzbo, all them man there, all it is, they're party rockers, but there's no story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, Rakim is telling a story, but with a slow flow, bit faster than reggae, but not like Planet Rock.
Yeah.
And because I'm a reggae head, this kind of it resonates.
It resonates,
yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is good, but let me wait for it to go wrong, because somewhere it's going to go wrong, because all records have a wrong, even if it's the middle eight, or whatever, or the breakdown. No. And I was like, rah,
all the way through.
This is it. This is me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but whatever this is, I want in.
Yeah.
That was it. And that was at Bentley's. And by the way, if you was a Bentley's person, you have to remember, it's just like going to the tunnel in New York. When you wanted to go to the toilet, you have to have your mans look out for you. Because your mans and you could get robbed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever they're thinking about how listen.
I heard
it started a long while ago.
Listen,
there's nothing new.
When when you go to the tunnel, I remember it. I used to go on a Sunday night when I was in New York, right? And it was Flex, Big Cap, and whoever else. Can't remember. It might have been Tony Touch. I remember going through their barriers. So, like how you go through
like you go.
Yeah,
yes,
literally.
That's what it used to be.
You go through, and the electronic scanner would go off, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember the security man going, right, if you've got any, right, leave it here. You can pick it up when you
On
go
the way out.
on the way out. If we catch you with it inside, we are going to beat you up and put you outside.
Yeah.
Those were his exact words. I can remember it like it was yesterday. But boy, I didn't care, because when I was inside the dance, Wu-Tang is on one side of you, Jay-Z's the other side. Capone and Noriega weren't there, because Noriega was doing time. He was inside. Yeah. But Naughty by Nature, just everybody. But it was unbelievable. It was a bit like going to Subterranea.
Yeah.
For us, just the most incredible time. And that has led me, all of that has led me to sitting in front of you my whole life. And even though I don't do everything to do with hip-hop, but hip-hop has made me into a broadcaster, it's made me into a DJ, all of that, and I'm still a hip-hop head. I don't break dance, I don't graph, right? And I don't rhyme. I've tried rhyming, I'm terrible at it, right? I don't graph.
We'll test you later.
Yeah, on the song, yeah, but not the rap, right. So, yeah. That has led me to me sitting in front of you. That is my whole thing. So it was the DJ techniques. And then I was like, how do I turn what I've got into... Because remember, at a certain age, you're still getting record, you're still getting vinyl.
Yeah.
And it's that thing of you turn it over and you start reading, and before you know it, all of a sudden you can remember names of people. And then it gets further than that, because now I can remember not only... who's playing the bass, but the sound. So if I'm listening to Marcus Miller, I know what his sound is like.
Yeah.
George Duke, all the producers, you know what I mean? And then, of course, you move on to the new Jackson. So Teddy Riley, Babyface.
And you get to know people's styles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's literally, I came into DJing not from even hip-hop, but from the love of exchanging completely... just whimsical things.
Yeah.
It's like me and you and Andy talking.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, I don't know, whatever equipment, or you're talking about the snare or whatever. Or have you heard the remix? That's what has actually got me to where I am. And even though there's certain parts of my job I don't like, but I still love my job. Because there's no job in the world you can like everything about it.
No, 100%.
Nothing. So I give thanks for every single part, the good and the bad, because the bad part teaches me something, and the good part is the blessing. So,
Yeah, that's mad.
So you can speak now.
The way you've come through hip hop and endured all the changes up to now to be still, working and being a pinnacle part of broadcasting, not just the music, but the deploying of the music, if you want to call it that.
Listen, he's a musical Forrest Gump.
Basically,
he's gone through all the things. He's a UK hip hop Forrest Gump. That's what he is. He's been there for all the changes, all the phases.
So, apart from being a producer, a DJ, not a rapper, not a grapher, not a dancer, broadcaster. So there's another piece of this puzzle.
There's two pieces.
The lyrical side as well. The literal side.
well, yes. So
side.
I did a book called Masters of the Airways, The Rise and Rise of Underground Radio. We did that with Lindsay Wesker, probably 2000, and I'm trying to think, maybe 2011.
Okay, not far. I thought you said that.
Yeah. So my idea, how it came about, backstory. We were going to, I think it was Derek B's funeral.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I sat in my car and I was like, the maddest thing came into my head. I was like, what happens? Because there's going to be a lot of foundation at this funeral. If a bomb comes and blows up,
that's it. History's gone.
History's gone.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to tell a story here, and nobody ain't doing it. I've been waiting for somebody to say something, and nobody did nothing.
Yeah. Take the initiative.
So I got in my car. And the first thing I did before he even drove off, I phoned Trevor Nelson. I was like, look, Trev, I want to do blah, 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 blah. He said, yeah, but I'm doing a book. I said, no, I don't need to know about your life. I just need to know about your musical history. And he's like, all right, I'm in. So then I think when I got to the funeral, I spoke to Bobby and Steve, I spoke to Norman J. Just pretty much everybody was there. Graham Gold and so on and so forth. And as always, you're in the moment. People go, yeah. But when you follow them up, you don't get nothing or whatever.
People are long.
So I was like, right, my boy Kevin, from what's the name of his group? Kevin and Don. Oh God.
Oh, not Kevin and Don, not Carl.
No, it will come to me.
Yeah.
It will come to me. Anyway, so Kevin was signed to Virgin, right? And Kevin said to me, he always says to me, work hard, not smart. Work with what's already there and try not to spend any money. Mm-hmm. So I thought, right, how am I going to do this? So I'll go to Lindsay, because Lindsay's a writer. I am not. Lindsay lives around the corner from me. In fact, me, George K, Manny Naughty, and Ivor Etienne, we all lived within, at the time, we lived within sort of 10 minutes of one another. Mm-hmm. So I said to Lindsay, listen, I want to do this book, but I'm not a writer. Would you help me? She said, yeah, sure. So we went round. Big up Claudette, because she built the rice and peas and chicken. We sat down there and sorted it out.
And did a reasoning over the food.
Well, we did a reasoning over the food. Yeah. Definition of sound, that's the name of it. That's right. Kevin's group.
Right, yes.
Yeah. So we sat there and Lindsay goes, this is the best way we're going to do this, because some of these people are not even living in England no more. Let's compile a questionnaire, hit people. So there was a period when we started, I don't know if you remember, it was really snowing badly, so nobody could go anywhere. So I just got on the phone, I was just killing it. Listen, I'm going to send you, and just email. It took us about maybe a year and a half to do it. But when we first started, nobody would come, because you're asking the people that you think want to be in the book. No. So I was like, right, I'm going to go to the top. So I know Rodders because I used to work with Elaine, his wife. Mm-hmm. So phone up Rodders, I said, like, look, doing this book, I want you to be in it. He said, yeah, sure, but the problem is, in fact, no, sorry, I didn't even call him, I emailed him. But the problem was that there had been a death in the family, so he said, you're going to have to wait for a minute. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm thinking 3-4 weeks. No, 2 days later, he's answered.
Okay.
And I was like, right, that's my calling card. So I got that, and I was like, emailed everybody back, right, okay, so we're off and running. Rodders has answered. So what are you saying? And all of a sudden, they just started coming, And once we got all of them, and some of them were good, some of them were bad, whatever. Some of them, God, I've got to apologise publicly to Alex Constantinides and JP, JP the record dealer.
Yes.
Because somehow we managed to leave out their contributions to the book. I don't know how.
There's loads of people you had to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really
sorry.
sorry.
Encyclopedia, it was just novel.
Yeah. But we got more than enough, and some of them we shouldn't even never have had in there, because they just wrote 2 lines. I don't think they realised what we were doing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we did it, and I lost a little bit of money. The publisher lost a lot more than I did. The thing is, we learnt from it. This time around, it's just me on my own doing the book. And so the first one, like I said, it's The Rise and Rise of Underground Radio, Masters of the Airwaves. The next one, instead of, I was going to carry on from the 80s and try and move into the 90s and so on and so forth. But it's very Kiss-centric, because those are my people.
Yeah.
That's all I know. So I went from Invicta, where I started, to Kiss. And then eventually, I was like, what am I going to do next? So I was like, right, I'm going to do culture.
Okay.
So the next book is about the the rise and rise of British culture. So things like XL Records, which is Richard Russell.
Yeah.
So the stories like me and Max used to do the rap chart, and the number one record at whatever period was Jump Around by House of Pain, but it didn't have a label. And I said to Max, even when it drops out, I can't believe that this record hasn't got a label. We'll just keep playing it until somebody picks it up. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, XL picked it up. Mm-hmm. Then Lindsay, who was head of music, who was head of music at Kiss, said, have you got passports? Yeah. We're doing it weekend. Oh, we're gigging this weekend. Right. Get your passport, blah, blah, blah. Richard Russell wants to thank you, and he wants to take you to Ireland to go and see House of Pain.
House of Pain, yeah.
But you see now, if I was a youth now, I'd have, listen, a point. Actually, I'm not going to Ireland. Give me a point for the record for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'll be sorted.
Yes.
Because you try and tell Wiley that I'm going to give you a plane ticket. You know Wiley ain't coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because them men are much more smart these days.
Yeah.
You know? So those kind of things I want to tell. I want to tell the story of drum and bass, the story of Lovers Rock. You know? It's certain things are easy because I know, like Anthony Brightly, who runs the Georgetown, who actually just played with me 22nd of June gone because he lives in Antigua, right? And there's a whole load of people who come from here, especially a lot of South London people. Used to go to Crackers, and then they followed St George. They're from Tottenham, etc. So we did a dance, and they came out.
Yeah.
But there's all those other things. I wanted to talk about UKG, I want to talk about grime, all those, the things that culturally make up just UK. Nowhere else.
So
Nowhere else.
UK music
culture.
diaspora almost.
Yes.
In as much as whatever came out of this country.
Yeah.
So you're not limiting yourself to hip hop. It's about all styles of music that came out of the UK.
Yeah, I mean, some people will kind of, when I make my next statement, they might go, well, I don't think we was ever really that good with UK hip hop. First of all, we rhyme with American accents, so we had to fall into ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Secondly, I always thought that we've got good rappers, but we use the wrong music. That was my problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think our voices suit harsher records. Our voices more fit MOP.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
things like Cold as Ice and that, you know, that's what we have. So the next intonation who started to get it right to me was people like Kano, who's like one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Black Twang, Rodney P. Those are the people for me that got it right. Yeah. There's loads of people. God, I saw somebody at, when I was in High Wycombe the other day, who owns the cafe.
Tony.
Yeah, he said that we played his record. I can't even remember the brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because so many people came through, but we played records that we liked. We didn't play the record because it was UK. It was like, okay, we got this, and there's a whole load of records that I can remember that never did anything, and there's a whole load of records I can't remember that did anything. Do you know people still send me messages? Right, I remember about a year and a half ago, somebody said, "Listen, you played this mix of a record by, I think it was Gunshot. Now, can you remember this remix?" And they put the clip in. I can't even remember the record. Never mind the remix.
Yeah.
Come on, you're gonna have to do some research. Do you know what I mean? Discogs or something, because I can't help you. You know what I mean?
You must get asked about that kind of thing a lot. Just going back to what you said about UK hip hop, there was a lot of UK MCs using American accents, but we seem to have evolved away from that.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff today, how do you feel about it? You can be as open as frank as you want.
Same way like anything. I don't care about where it comes from. I care about if it's nice.
Yeah.
If you're nice, you're nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know? There's a couple of people like Fedro. Yeah, I think that brother's nice, but Fedro, going to the airport with a gun, come on. You know what I mean? You don't do things like that.
Yeah, that's the rapper himself, but I'm more concentrated on the music.
Lots of the stuff that come out. Sorry to get away from that. So to get back on your point, the rappers, to me, a lot of them are really, really good, right? Now, the problem that I have is you've got grime separating themselves from hip hop, but one birthed the other. So if that's what you want to call it, good for you. I get it. Mm-hmm. But for me, is are you nice?
Yeah.
Are you nice? That's it. If you're nice, we're good. You know, there's bunch of stuff. I mean, I hear a lot of stuff on One Extra, or even stuff that when I came in, the records that you play, I don't know them because we don't get that over there. I have to depend on people to send me stuff.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this now. When you're out there, you will always hear, I'm talking about in Antigua, you will hear either Americans who are now copying the UK accent, right? Or you will hear, I suppose, just UK radio. I mean, the biggest thing is like Shawnee B. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
People love Shawnee B out there.
Absolutely.
They love him out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's a reason for that as well. But I want to touch on that a little bit after the break. I want to touch on the now UK influence globally. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And not just in UK hip hop or grime or even drill. Big shouts to Sench. But even the way we handle reggae, I mean, outside of the Caribbean, we are perhaps the most concentrated African Caribbean community outside of the Caribbean. And now our DJs are reaching out all over the world, wherever the diaspora is, and they're liking what we're doing over here. And that's what I wanted to talk about just after the break.
And we're going to talk about Rap Band as well.
Yes, indeed. We're going to talk about that, definitely. All that and more after the break, which happens, guess what? About now.
Westside.
The UK influence.
Before that, since saying that, what would you say is your best period of since 50 years of hip hop? What's your best period?
90s, end of.
90s.
That's it.
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
90s is the lick.
It had everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
It had the music, it had the vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there was just something about the 90s, even into the early 2000s a little bit, but mainly the 90s. There was a portion of that was untouchable.
I think,
Listen, I'm going to crush them stupid listen, normally I will just give people a pass, but I'm going to tell you this now. When you come to me over and over again, you're 20 years of age and talk about who's the best rapper, Biggie or Tupac. Shut up. You don't know nobody, you don't know nothing, okay? First thing is, Rakim is not the best, but he changed everything.
Changed the game, yeah.
He changed everything. So there's that. If you move it along, definitely Biggie is great with the wordplay. Tupac is not the best, okay?
Finally, someone has come out and said it.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't chase me down the street afterwards,
He's not
though.
an MC, he's a rapper.
Listen, I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why.
Yeah.
So the first thing is he's got one start, staccato. That's it.
Yes.
The reason why the records that he's making now are better than when he was alive is because the producers make the beat to fit how he raps.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it works. But he's a wicked lyricist. Great lyrics. But he don't ride the beat properly for me.
He's more passion than lyrical. He's got a lot of people. He's very passionate, but when you compare him to LL, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, Biggie, Nas, even when he was alive, no one was really saying he's the best rapper. I think it's that legend came after he died, as he's one of the best all time. When he was alive, he wasn't even in my top 10. And somehow, everyone now, after he's passed, he's one of three.
A lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
They haven't come up through hip-hop, or they don't understand hip-hop, and they think that those are the only two MCs that ever lived.
Yeah.
And there's so much more to it, to hip-hop than just West Coast and East Coast.
Well, what I always do is I always make allowances for the person that's talking, because you can only say what you know.
Yeah.
And since I'm older than you, right, I think I know a little bit more than you. So I'll tell you what. This is the game I'm going to give you. Go do your research. And then if you still want to say that, then that's fine.
100%.
Right? But for me, the best. Now, Mike J from Demon Boys was just murder, still is. And his style always fitted jungle. Stroke drum and bass. From he went, it was like it was just a nice fit. Actually, I must tell you a story about Demon Boys DJ, right? So I'm in Antigua. I go to a spot, I can't even remember, somewhere like out in the countryside, to go and get a spot to eat with some friends. It's called Roadhouse. Unbeknownst to me, it was his birthday, right? And he was in the place. So they call out his name, which is terrible. I've forgotten. What's the DJ called here from Demon Boys?
I can't remember.
Okay. Mike J's.
Mike J, Demon D, and
I'm just gonna
They're DJ. This is the love DJs get, you see.
Do you know
It's
what?
gonna bug me.
He's gonna cuss me because I still talk to him, but I'm having a senior moment. So he's there at Roadhouse, and I'm sitting there thinking, but hold on, that's Demon Boys DJ.
Yeah.
So I go up to him, like, what one? You know what I mean? The next time I saw him, though, he probably ain't going to give me any medals for saying this. He was walking down the road about 2 days later, and he was roasted. You know what I mean? Different kind of Cavalier rum going on over there in Antigua, mate. But shout out to... Anyway, in terms of... rappers. I do like...
DJ Devastate.
That's it, Devastate, right? So, as we call him, Dev. So, for me, I like rappers that are lyrical, crazy lyrical. One of the best verses I've ever heard in my life, once again, you can curse me for it, is God's Plan, right? And it's Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right? The lyrics on that are just unbelievable, because it's one thing to be able to do double entendre, triple, but this man's got quadruple entendre.
It makes sense. It's not just for flash.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, when he was saying about from corner boys to corner office, it's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And that's just a little bit.
But that's Jay, and for a lot of younger people, Jay doesn't even kind of rate in their top five, because he's not churning out tunes like he used to.
Yeah, it's not. They're used to future drill. So it's kind of different. It's only when they really study it, and I've had people who are into new stuff go back, and then when it's slowed down and broken down, they're like, oh my god, this is like Shakespeare. It's like for them, their mind is blown when they
you tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of the music, a lot of the hip hop that comes out today, and I enjoy all of it. I love new music, but what I'm saying is that it's more vibe music now, whereas. Yeah. Back then, we could listen to the lyrics and then figure out, I mean, I know lots of people now are listening to Kendrick Lamar because of all this stuff that's happened within him and Drake, and they've analysed bars. Yeah. But if you're still into trap music or the new wave of hip-hop, then it's more about the vibe. It's more about,
It's vibe and melodies now, because whereby in the older days, it used to be about... sometimes you like the beat, but it used to be the wordplay. You wait it,
absolutely.
And I think it got. I think it got to such a high bar that the newer generation, you couldn't really compete. How could you take it any higher than that? So they decided we're not even going to try and compete. We're going to go vibes. We're going to go with vibes.
It's just about vibes. It's just about vibes.
It's about vibes, and absolutely, some of it I really enjoy, and some of it I despise. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. But there was a spell where I had to go looking for lyricism. I went to battle rap.
Okay. Yeah.
I went to battle rap to listen to bars. Yeah. To listen to bars with double entendres, triple entendres, quadruple entendres. Yeah. Just smart rap. Yeah. Smart. Do you know what I mean? Where you had to think about, you might, say a bar that relates to a bar that you said 32 bars ago. Do you know what I mean? And
that's the punchline that you bring now, and people go, oh,
yes.
That is being an MC. Yeah. That's what I love about hip hop.
I tell you who's great, and it took me a long time. He's up there with the greatest, Lil Wayne.
He is actually.
Thank you. Yeah. If your last name's Carter, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Serious. Lil Wayne is incredible.
I had higher hopes for him. I think if he didn't hit the lean and those drugs, I think he would be considered to be the thing. He has spells.
I'm telling you.
Tracks, and some of them you listen to it, you think, okay, he's got some. He can go.
On the Tiger track brand new, there's a small break that says this person doesn't miss.
Yeah.
He never misses, and it's so true.
I tell you, someone else who's probably one in modern day doesn't get enough. It's probably Pusha T.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he's really underrated. He comes from like the old school, but he's still here now. But it's sort of like he's got the bars that you understand. I look at it now. Drake and Kendrick it took Kendrick about four songs in before it was a KO.
Yeah.
Listen,
but Pusha killed him all. He did not miss on the story of a thing. It was open and shut case from there. One song out.
I want to reiterate that we're not talking about the most popular rapper.
No.
Yeah, we are talking about the best at rapping.
If you listen to that thing, he doesn't waste one bar. If you look at the story of it, he doesn't miss. He doesn't set you up.
There's so many underrated people.
It's just bang, 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 bang. And
I think Ludacris is underrated.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you who else that I actually like. I like Corday.
Yeah.
He is really good. I mean, I don't even think he's over 25, but he's got game off of his mum. And because I saw him on the Breakfast Club and he was talking, I was like, okay. Because I still get sent a lot of stuff. But majority, I can't. It's like, because it's like, listen.
We know.
Who was that idiot brother that said that time on Ebro in the morning? Was like, I'm not rapping over that old premium.
Oh, I know. I can't remember his name. Is Little Satin or whatever.
Little idiot. You know what I mean? It was just like, bruh. And then when you try to freestyle, he was literally
mumble.
Bruh, you're wasting my electricity right now. So I got to go to something else. And my problem there is that, well, let's go back to who laid out that thing. It's Puffy.
Yeah.
Puffy actually made it all right to do that kind of shiny suit rap thing, made it fashionable.
It was more entertainment than it was actual lyricism. Yeah.
But of course he saved it because he had the locks, and then the locks wanted to throw a...
but he also had Mace.
But hold on, he had
Mace was fighting.
No, but I'll be saying this, and everybody on his label was a killer spitter, even Mace. Because you look at he had Biggie, he had if you listen to Mace's Mace, he doesn't joke. If you break down his bars, he's like
Mace is a madman. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
oh my god, it's like he says that his pen kept Bad Boy going.
Yes.
After
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's
he was
true.
right. Yeah.
Black Rob. Yeah, you had who else? You had, obviously the Locks. Even what's the name? Obviously, he was very underrated. I feel sorry for him. The first rapper signed to Bad Boy, not Keith Murray. Sorry.
There was Thingy Bob Curry, who was on Bad Boy for Life.
Yes.
I actually did an interview with him, but he was just really hard. I got the first half of the interview, and when I tried to do more, he just disappeared. Is it Tim Curry, Tony Curry, something? I know,
I know Curry. I know you're talking about.
Mark Curry. And he wrote the book. And the thing was, for me, I mean, I love that song "Bad Boy for Life," and I was shocked, but I was like, okay. When I found out it's a sample. It's actually from a rock record. Yeah, I didn't know that. So, yeah, but see, people, this is what hip-hop does for me when I actually look and discover records. Because, I mean, okay, one of the biggest records ever, right? Beyonce. When you listen to... oh God, what's the record called again? Her and Jay-Z. I was about to say In the Club, but it's not In the Club. Anyway, it'll come to me in a second.
Not Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love, right. So Crazy in Love, right, because I'm thinking of millions of records in my... Yeah, but Crazy in Love, you know what? There's one thing that most people... You might know it. I think I might have said it to you. But Crazy in Love has no bass line. Think about it.
Somebody,
it has no bass
someone
line.
pointed that out to me. I didn't know
it's got no bass line.
Somebody pointed that out to me.
All the melody, right, comes from the samples, and that sample is, I think it's Are You a Woman by Shy Lights or something. It's a rubbish record, but just those parts, because it's a go-go producer, Rich Harrison, who extracted those things.
Rich Harrison, famous for making Name and Ree's one thing. Witchcraft.
Well, he's just really good like that. And those things are what make me hip-hop, because I will hear something. I mean, I knew the record before anyway, but I just didn't take that much notice of it. I'm talking about what they sampled. And those things make me go crate digging. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, now I play a lot of re-edits, because it's easy, as you know, when they've actually been run through an analyzer and the beats are the same. But it's still, that's that thing. I wasn't into the standing around in the record shops, and now that you have to go crate digging online, I love that. I could be in my house. I could be in my house.
I'm about to go DJing thing again. Sorry. One thing I miss about vinyl is going to the store and crate digging and looking through the new bits and pieces and playing it. The music comes to me now. Yeah, because I do this, and because I'm out in the clubs and whatever, the music comes to me now in electronic form. And my mailbox is massive by Thursday. I've got to go through it, and what I play on this show is what's left. This is the best of the bunch.
Yeah, I've got probably about 2 years worth of records that I haven't even gone through. I kid you not. I actually had to go through about 5 years, and it's like, I'll look at them one. No, you won't. Just delete. I deleted about 2 years ago, I deleted about 3 years worth of music. Because there's no point. It's sitting in my mailbox, and I'm never going to go through them. What I do is, if I'm listening to somebody like you, or you say you recommend something, I'll go and get it. But other than that, nah. And the other part is trying to find really good versions of songs. Like one of my favourite remixes ever is Psych Magic Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Because there's records you don't touch. I was like, there's not a chance you can fix this, because I've got it's a 4-minute song. I've got an 8-minute version that's literally, if you don't know the song, you'd never know it's edited. It sounds like the original. But then the vocals are the same, but it's got that rubber disco bounce to it, and that's what I like. And I was like, wow, I've got a lot of records like that. You know, a lot of records like the Reflex guy from Australia and all. That's the things that I go for now. But you get a chance like last night to roll out some old school joints, things like Keep Holding On by Gap Band I was playing last night, things like that, because I was in that position. I mean, I went from playing Bosie, right, to playing Gap Band. That's me.
Well, that's open format. That's what we call it these days. You know what I mean?
Come rotation every week. Once a month.
Quick plug.
You should have had me playing at rotation, but I didn't reach out to you before I got here.
All right. So, what's next for the great Dave VJ?
The last thing to add on top of this book is I've just spoken to, I'm not even going to tell you, but a world famous hip hop DJ in the UK. I'm doing the Masters of the Airways Academy.
After the book.
Well, it's kind of going alongside it. Her over there, she's helping me.
The legend that is Valerie. Our Val.
So there's a bunch of different things that's going on, but short version, I'm going to make up the modules. I've already paid half of the money to get the accreditation. I'll pay the other half, and then we'll make the modules, and then you just put them online, and we'll listen to people, we'll edit them and update them as needed. But mainly, you just stick them out. If you want me to give you a one-to-one tuition, then you'll have to pay me a premium. But it's really about radio broadcasting, podcasting, and DJing.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to stay away from the DJing because that's what everybody does.
Right.
This is why our sessions online last so long. I could talk to you about what DJing is perceived to be now and what I believe it actually is. I want to leave that alone because we've only got 3 hours and we've still got another guest to get on. But, I could talk, maybe on the podcast I'll do it.
But do you know what? Well, probably I should approach you and so let's make a deal to get you to be the DJ teacher in my academy.
There you go.
So I can tell you who I spoke to yesterday.
You talked yourself into that one.
Yeah, I can tell you who I spoke to yesterday. I spoke to Shorty.
Blitz?
Mr. Blitz.
Yeah.
Shorty.
Me and Blitz are tight. We're supposed to be going out for lunch this week before I go back. When
are you going back?
The 12th.
And when are you coming back again?
Hopefully a minimum of once a year.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
I was just talking to Val about it. Hopefully I'm going to do twice a year.
It should be twice a year. Yeah. The UK needs you, bro.
Yeah. I love it. Coming back, just standing around listening. I mean, look, last night, I did Carnival.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was thinking, this is going to be my last Carnival. Yeah, I'm done.
Everyone says that.
And then, right, Mastermind had the biggest sound system. Oh my God, the only people that had a bigger sound system was Rampage.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. Listen, when Deneo came on, right, I thought my foot was going to stick to the ground from the bass.
Yeah.
Because the only time I've ever actually experienced that is Oystons in Barbados. Because the bass is it's almost like I've been shocked. The bass is that much, but we had such a good time. My son was my MC, right? And we'd have rehearsed the night before. Yeah. And then we was like, literally before we went on about 20 seconds, I changed the record and we switched and boom, boom, boom. We had such a good time. And then last night, Lewis from Mastermind did something. He played like half an hour of UKG. Now you're talking about 40-year-olds knowing the songs for 21 seconds and all this. Just smashed it. It.
That's what happened. Again, I'm about to veer off into uncharted territory, and I don't want to do that because of the time limitations. But essentially, you've got the book. You're just tidying that up now.
First of all, where can we get the book? Give us a rundown of both books. We'll start with Masters if they want to catch up on that one first.
As it happens, I don't have any on me, but I'm going up to Birmingham to pick them up because they're with my friend up there. So I'll bring them back down. What you can do is you can email me, right? mydjlife81@gmail.com. Right, or you can hit me on either Instagram, which is DavyJ1, or my Facebook page. So there's a bunch of different people who have the name David Morrissey, including the actor, because that's my real name is David Morrissey. Yeah. But if you look for the person standing there with Lionel Richie, that's me.
So one more time, what's your socials and where can the book available? So the people that went to school with Bruno who are a bit slow. Go on.
So the main one that I'm on is Instagram. I don't do TikTok because I'm a bit paranoid. So I came off of it.
I was looking for you to do a dance challenge or something.
Yeah, me with the one who bust my head on the banana skin. Yeah. So it's DavyJ1 for Instagram. Find me.
Is it letter one or number one?
Number one. And you can find me on Facebook, and my email is mydjlife81, the number's 81@gmail.com.
Right, and the current book is titled
Masters of the Airways, The Rise and Rise of Underground Radio. The new one isn't even started, but the difference is I know what I'm doing. I've got that in my head. That whole, the Jay-Z no lyrics written down, I've got it. So I've just got to get through that. And then simultaneously we started to move towards doing the academy. And how I work now, I don't I don't stop. So I've got like a lot of inspiration from young Valerie here.
Yeah.
I know what I want. I just keep moving towards it. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I just keep going.
Yeah.
And eventually these things kind of, put themselves in your path and you do it. It's a Mark Zuckerberg way of doing things. That's how we did Facebook. So, it's like talking to Rude. So now, we're going to come into a partnership. He doesn't know it, but we're doing it. So, he's going to teach. So, yeah. So, and the other thing is I want to try to talk to you, manager here, see if we can get some couple shows.
Yes.
Because I'm the manager in Antigua. So I make the decisions about
Lovely.
So I want couple shows from you that we can put on in Antigua.
Let's do this, big boss talk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Global. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Dave, it's an honour and a pleasure to have you here this afternoon.
100%.
Really, thank you.
You should come
Thank
back
you.
again.
Thank you, Ruth.
Come back again. Come back.
100%.
Yeah.
Make sure that he gets over here twice a year at least.
Here we can have him in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
This has
you.
been absolutely brilliant. I love talking. I love telling stories about
And the history.
and the history of what we do and
Yeah.
how we got here.
Brilliant.
And it's been absolutely brilliant.
You've missed out on the stories about Ice Cube, about Will Smith,
We're
about
gonna catch up next time.
Tribe Called
We will
Quest.
we will get it done. If I
Next
have
time.
to get Gus and myself on a podcast, we'll get it done.
Yes.
All right, I'm
All
out.
right.
Later.
Listen,
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bless.
much, sir. Amazing.